Hello everyone. Today we have a special case which is the upper central. And you may say the upper central, how it could be special. I tell my colleague that I prepared a surprise for you. So regarding this case that I received in my Hanza Teaching Center, which is a dental government hospital. So I tell my colleague that seems to be easy. Yes, I know it's easy, but the surprise is that we are not doing shaping for this case. But I really make a surprise for him. I just tell him that look to this case management, how I do management for this case. So first of all, let's to go back a little bit to know how many type of canals we have. We have the basic type that the canal already seen in the radiograph. So it's not easy to create a complications only in case that intentionally we are doing that. In the second type, the canal is clear that it is tight, but it is seen in the radiograph. So creation of complication in this case, it's very possible, and solving for that, it's not easy for the beginner, but it's easy for the professionals, but sometimes it's also difficult. In the third type, which is super advanced, so we can say we have simple, moderate, difficult, but here we named as a basic, advanced, and super advanced. So the super advanced is complex type, really. So mostly in old age, so the canal cannot be seen in the radiograph, or in some time we can see only in the coronal part. So going back to our case, the radiograph, when I do assessment, I tell my colleague that it is larger than the basic type. So already we have a large canal in the radiograph. So we know that in the rule of shaping that we are doing shaping just to create enough space for irrigation and enough space to control the obturation. So here we have enough space for that. So what I'm doing is directly just inserting a file to remove the pulp tissue, which is 25 taper 6. And my colleague looked to that, and they say what we are doing about the steps for this case. So I tell him that we are just doing activation and irrigation. So I take a working length with this apex locator with size 15. Then what I am doing, just irrigation and activation, enough time to dissolve or to disinfect the canal with the new generations of ultrasonic with plastic tip. So the next step is that I am choosing a guttopercha from the taper 2 hand type guttopercha. So absolutely in this case I know that size 15 and 20 and 25 mostly is going over, but I am checking every size. So I realized that size 40 taper 2 is going to the full working length, which is 22 millimeters. Okay, so this is the same guttopercha that I take, and this is the working length that I am checking for that. So I just tell my colleague again, look to size 25 taper 8, which is F2. By the way, I just insert this size just to tell him we may have a false negative tag back at the apical. Exactly, I inserted the guttopercha and it's going to size 222 millimeters, and this is the length. So I tell him that in this scenario, if we are putting size F2 for this guttopercha, the apical part, they have a negative tag back. So the next step is that I insert the same guttopercha size 40 taper 2 to have a positive tag back with the bioceramic that's available in our hospital teaching center. Luckily, not every time is available. So I insert a mini 20 hand taper 2. So I here the preoperative and here the postoperative. So we have exactly apical tag back and with a very nice middle and coronal sealing. So this is the trick for today, and not every case maybe treatment or retreatment need shaping, because if we already have the shaping, so no need to make a shape more. So because this leads to weakening of the tooth. So if we have enough space for the activation and irrigation, so it's quite enough to make an obturation. I hope you get benefit from this video. Join and enjoy our videos. Thank you.